I was still in the train car saying goodbye to my friend. The next second, I was already on the platform. My wife, who knew nothing, was still meeting her lover. She had no idea disaster was about to strike. I took the chance to pry open her lover Mark's door, then put on gloves like I had practiced many times, and collected a few strands of his hair from the bed. I also took out the knife covered in Mark's fingerprints. Meanwhile, my wife was still reluctantly saying goodbye to Mark. She had just sat down at the table when she saw her photo hanging on the wall. She thought Mark was playing a prank on her, so she hurried to call him. But before she could speak, the lights in the room suddenly shut off. I hung up her call right away. When she stepped forward to check, I pushed her onto the bed, then drove the knife into her body. I didn't stop until she lost all signs of life, but images of their affair kept flashing through my mind. I couldn't help stabbing her several more times before stopping. Then I scattered the hair I brought to the scene, and took her bloody clothes with me. I wiped off my fingerprints before leaving. By the time Mark arrived, half of my plan was already complete. I then rushed back to Mark's home, and planted my wife's blood in the bathroom, fully framing him for the murder. After finishing everything, I took a train to another city, giving myself a solid alibi. I didn't kill her only because she cheated. It was because to meet Mark, she split a sleeping pill in half, scooped some spoiled formula, heated it up and fed it to our child. When I found out the child was already poisoned, thankfully the child survived. But what she did crossed the line completely. It was something I could never forgive. The next day, the neighbor brought supplements for the child like I asked. As soon as she opened the door, she saw the gruesome scene inside. Police surrounded the house instantly. When I arrived, I acted devastated, successfully earning their sympathy. And during the investigation, they of course found Mark's hair. With the neighbor's testimony, I cleared myself of suspicion. Mark, on the other hand, had no way to defend himself. He had argued with the victim before, and every piece of evidence pointed to him as the killer. When I returned home, it looked like life went back to normal, but everything had already changed forever. I now had to face a home without my wife, and raise a child who wasn't even mine. Sometimes I found my wife's old photos, and memories came rushing back. A faint sense of guilt even crossed my mind. In the end, I burned her photo, as a final goodbye to the past, and a funeral for the broken love we had.